Alrighty, so let's take a look at the next brand that I will be reviewing. Darcy recommended Kolya Naturals. So that's where I am here. Let's see. Oh, is this already in the essential oils? So this has some carrier oils. Let me just see if there's just... Okay, single essential oils A to Z. This is what I want to look at here. So let's zoom in a little bit. It's hard to see. If you are on mobile, you will appreciate the fact that I'm zooming in a bit. Alrighty, so let's take a look at, we have Angelica. Let's take a look at this one. This one is phototoxic. Let's see what sort of safety information they have here. Application usage. Okay, so there's a lot of information here. So they are saying the large majority must be diluted. They do not recommend using internally. Do a patch test. Do not rinse with water. So this is a Canadian brand. General use is to avoid with babies. Be careful with children. They're suggesting to research multiple sources. General precautions, keep out of reach of children. So I'm wondering if this is listed for all of their essential oils. I'm assuming so because it does say general precautions. Epilepsy and asthma. That's interesting. Caution during pregnancy. It's not necessarily not pregnancy safe, but during the first trimester, yes, of course. Blending chart. Let me see what that is. 5 drops, 1%. I would recommend that. Shake before use, 1% dilution, 5 drops, room spray, body massage. So they do recommend low dilutions for most purposes, so that's good to know. Ingredients. So Angelica. So I'm not seeing anything about phototoxicity. Yes, I am. Right here. Okay. There was so much to see, I skipped right over it. Perfect. So they do recommend to avoid in the sun because it is phototoxic. So good. I'm glad to see that they have that. So let's see what they have for anise. Now, this is one essential oil that I do not recommend using based on all of the safety issues involved with this. So I'm not seeing anything here. So this part in the description was where the phototoxicity was listed for the other one. We do have general usage. We have all of the same general information there. Specific oil precautions. This is what I want to see. So they are correct. It's not safe during pregnancy or breastfeeding with endometriosis or with estrogen sensitive cancers. That is absolutely correct. Children under the age of 5, I can understand why, but there are so many safety issues, including it's potentially carcinogenic. I personally recommend avoiding this essential oil altogether. I am glad to see they have a safety listed. Good to see. So let's see what they have for bergamot. This one is also phototoxic. They don't have it here on the front. Let's see if they have it on this next tab here. Yes, moderately phototoxic, and they even have the 0.4% dilution. That is what I'm looking for. Good to see. Good to see. Let's see what else. Cardamom is 10 plus years only, not recommended under age 10. So this is kind of a generic precaution, general precaution like they mention. Specific oil precautions. Cardamom? Embryotoxic? No. No. No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, that's not entirely accurate at all. Yeah, that's not true. 1% dilution and all of this stuff. I think they're confused. Yeah, they're definitely confused. The only issue with cardamom, I just wanted to make sure, the only issue with cardamom is that it shouldn't be used on children under the age of 10. So I'm not sure about all of that. That is definitely not a specific oil precaution. That is definitely not accurate. Carrot seed. Most places don't flag carrot seed as not being safe for pregnancy, but let's see if they do. Specific oil precautions. They do. Good job. They do have that listed. All right, cinnamon bark. I am looking for, it's anticoagulant. Specific oil precautions. That is close. Is this bark or leaf? So this is bark, because that dilution is a little bit off. It should be 0.01%. Cinnamon leaf is 0.6%. So now this used to be, Tisserand in his book does say for cinnamon bark 0.07, but he has adjusted that so it's easy for us to calculate. He now says 0.01, but this is not entirely accurate. It is not safe for pregnancy and breastfeeding. That is correct. There are no essential oils that are going to cause blood pressure to go up. It is true it can be irritating. It is a potential mucous membrane irritant as well, and it definitely inhibits blood clotting. So this is a blood thinner. So you want to be very, very careful. It does also have some drug interactions, which I'm not seeing listed here. So let's take a look at some of these other ones. So eucalyptus. Let's see what they say here as far as ages. Awesome. So it does say, because of risk, do not use around children under 10, extreme caution on children under 5, and do not use on children under 3. Well, I would just say avoid on children around children under the age of 10 and leave it at that. It's fine during pregnancy. It's totally fine. Epilepsy, yes, that is true. So it's interesting how they have the specific oil precautions on the main description instead of just back here. So there's a little bit of inconsistency there. If you are expecting to always see it on the front page, you may miss it because sometimes they have it on both pages. So phenyl is definitely a very risky essential oil to use. This part is correct right here. I don't actually recommend anyone use it at all. That is my opinion on it. There's just so many safety issues with phenyl. I do not recommend using it at all. There's just nothing phenyl has you can't get from something else. It's just not worth the risk. So let's take a look. So lavender is blood thinning. It's not at all like lavender, as some people assume. So let's see what they have here. So they don't have that mentioned here, but they do say avoid during pregnancy. Oh wait, here we go. Do not use during pregnancy. Maximum. Let me make sure that is correct. So that is only for the absolute. If this is the essential oil, then that's not the case. So it does say lavender essential oil. The 0.03% is only for the absolute, not the essential oil. So they're a little bit confused on that information. It is pregnancy safe, but it is also anticoagulant. So I don't see anything here about not using with blood thinners. So it seems like they're aware that essential oils do have safety issues, but they're kind of all over the place as far as consistency and as far as listing the essential oil safety on each profile. Nutmeg is similar to phenyl as far as do not use. Okay, so I can agree with this. Epilepsy, caution during pregnancy. Let's see what they have down here for specific. Yeah, it is psychotropic in high doses. It's also potentially carcinogenic, and I don't see that listed either. Oregano has a lot of safety issues. It's very, 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 very powerful. Avoid with hypersensitive damaged diseased skin, correct. Let me see. tea. So this is to be avoided if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, underage too. So they do have that correct. It does inhibit blood clotting. It does have potential drug interactions. And I do like that they have this here too. So they are correct on this. This is correct. So it's good to know. Oregano essential oil is very, very strong and very, very potent. So you do have to use that with extreme caution. Hey, Monica! You are welcome. Yes, education matters. Absolutely. The difference between an absolute and an essential oil is going to be the processing. An absolute is generally, it's a solvent extraction. So the plant parts are going to be kind of soaked in a solvent. And there's different kinds, there's hexane, there's different solvents that they use for that, and it's going to have a different extraction process, where essential oils are typically going to be steam distilled, although they can be expressed or cold pressed. They can, there's a CO2 extraction as well. But an absolute is just a little bit of a different processing. It's generally going to be used for jasmine and rose, things with delicate flowers that could be destroyed during the steam distillation process. So great question. So let me hop on over to here and see. I want to take a look at their blends. Oh, coming soon. Well, I guess I can't take a look at their blends then. Well, I guess never mind. So, yep, they're definitely safety minded, like I said. They're not 100% on all of their safety information. You still are going to need something like this as a guide to make sure that the safety information is accurate. They are on the ball on some of them, and they do lack on some of the other profiles. So it's kind of a mix. So it looks like they have a little bit of room for growth, but it's great. They do have a lot more safety than most brands that I have assessed. So if you have any questions about anything that I've said, if you have questions about any of the blends, not the blends because they didn't have blends, about any of the single essential oil profiles where they have safety information, if you are wondering if they are in fact correct, please go ahead and leave your comments below so that I can answer you there. And I think I'm going to call it good today. Actually, let me just check because I only have a couple more. I have 3 more brands to assess. Actually, I think I might have done that one already. I think I'm going to actually call that good for today, though. I've been going live for a few hours and my voice is going a little bit funny. I have these bright lights in my eyes, so I'm going to call this good for today. But if you have any more suggestions for brands for me to review that are out of the US, please go ahead and leave them in the comments, in the announcements. Let me actually go ahead and get that exact link for you, and I will post that in the comments below here, where you can add your suggestions of different companies for me to review for you. So I will be back another day to do more, but otherwise that is all. I hope you have a great day.